Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Pocket English Podcast. I am your host, Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today to grow your English one little pocket-sized lesson at a time. If you have ever felt nervous about speaking English when there is a problem, this episode is exactly for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark. And Sarah, you are right. Being nervous is normal. But I think the biggest fear our listeners have is not just making a mistake with grammar. It is the fear of being rude. Nobody wants to be the angry tourist who is shouting at the hotel staff.
Exactly, Mark. It is a terrible feeling. You are at a hotel, the room is dirty, or the internet is broken. You need to say something. You are frustrated, but you are translating directly from your own language. So you walk up to the desk and say, "The room is dirty," or "The Wi-Fi is bad."
Ouch, that sounds very strong. Even if it is true, in English, being that direct can feel aggressive. The receptionist might think you are attacking them personally. They might stop being helpful because they feel defensive.
That is the trap. Direct translation often removes the politeness, but we have a solution. It is called the softener technique. Today, we are going to teach you 3 magic phrases. We call them softeners, that you can put at the beginning of your sentences. These small phrases instantly make you sound polite, professional, and calm.
I love this topic. It is not about changing your personality. It is just about adding a small cushion to your words. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly how to complain and get what you want while still having the hotel staff smile at you.
Before we start, if you want to feel more confident in real-life situations like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel right now. We create these lessons specifically to help you handle everyday conversations with ease. So Mark, let's look at the first softener. This one is perfect for when you have to give bad news or when you have to tell someone that something is not working. Right, the phrase is, I'm afraid that. Now, listeners, don't be confused. Afraid usually means scared, like being afraid of spiders or ghosts. But in this context, it has nothing to do with fear. It is a polite way of saying, I am sorry to tell you this negative information.
Exactly. It signals to the listener that a problem is coming, but it shows you are polite about it. Let's compare. Sarah, give me the rude, direct version first.
Okay, imagine my keycard does not open my door. The rude version is, my key doesn't work.
It is a bit blunt. Now let's try it with the softener. You walk up to the desk, you smile, and you say, I'm afraid my key doesn't work.
Did you hear the difference? It is so much softer. I'm afraid my key doesn't work. It sounds like you are apologizing for the situation, even though it's not your fault. Let's try another example. Imagine you ordered a quiet room, but the room they gave you is right next to the elevator. It's very loud.
The direct version would be, this room is too loud, or even worse, I don't like this room. That is going to make the receptionist sigh.
So let's use the softener. Mark, how would you say it?
I would say, I'm afraid this room is a little too loud for me.
Perfect. I'm afraid this room is a little too loud. Listeners, I want you to try this. I will say the problem, and I want you to add, I'm afraid, to the beginning. Are you ready? Here is the problem. The air conditioner is broken. Now you say the polite version. Did you say, I'm afraid the air conditioner is broken? If you did, excellent job. Let's try one more. The problem is, there is no hot water. Try to make it polite using our phrase. I'm afraid there is no hot water. It's such a simple change, Sarah, but it changes the whole energy of the conversation. It really does. That's your first tool. I'm afraid that. Use this whenever something is not functioning or not right. Now, let's move to softener number 2. This one is very important when you think the hotel staff made a mistake.
This is the tricky one. When you see a mistake, maybe on your bill, or maybe they forgot to bring your breakfast, your instinct is to say, you made a mistake. But in English culture, pointing a finger at someone and saying, you did this wrong, is considered very accusatory.
Right. We want to avoid the word you. We want to focus on the situation, not the person. So the magic phrase is, there seems to be.
There seems to be. This uses the verb seem, which means it looks like something, but we are not 100% aggressive about it. It makes you sound objective and calm.
Let's look at a classic example. You are checking out of the hotel. You look at the paper bill and you see a charge for lunch, but you never ate lunch at the hotel. You want to fight this charge.
Do not say, you charged me for lunch. That puts the receptionist on the defensive. Instead, look at the paper, point to the line, and say, there seems to be a mistake on the bill.
That is beautiful. There seems to be a mistake. You are not blaming the receptionist. You are blaming the bill. You are saying, hey, look at this strange thing I found. It invites the receptionist to help you fix it, rather than fight you.
Let's try another scenario. Imagine you arrive at your room and you requested a double bed, but there are 2 single beds.
The angry version, you gave me the wrong beds.
The polite, pocket English version, there seems to be a misunderstanding with the booking.
There seems to be a misunderstanding. That is a very high-level phrase. If you use that, you sound like a fluent speaker. It is elegant. It takes the pressure off the human being behind the desk.
Let's practice this one. Listeners, imagine you ordered room service. You ordered a burger, but they brought you a salad. Do not shout, "This is wrong." I want you to use "there seems to be." Ready? Give it a try.
Did you say, there seems to be a mistake with my order? Or maybe there seems to be a mix-up. Both of those are perfect.
And notice how calm your voice stays when you say it. You cannot really shout the phrase, "there seems to be." It naturally lowers your volume and slows you down.
That is a great point, Mark. The language itself helps you stay calm. So we have "I'm afraid that" for broken things. We have "there seems to be" for mistakes. Now let's look at the third softener. This one is my favorite because it is pure kindness.
Is it, "I'm sorry to bother you"?
Yes, I'm sorry to bother you, but this is the phrase you use when you need to ask for something extra. Maybe nothing is broken and nobody made a mistake, but you just need something. You are interrupting the receptionist's work to ask for a favor.
This is huge. Hotel staff are busy. They are on the phone, they are typing. If you just walk up and say, "I need towels," you sound demanding. You sound like a king giving orders to a servant.
Exactly. And we don't want that dynamic. We want a partnership. So you start with, "I'm sorry to bother you, but."
Let's try a context. You are in your room and you realize you only have 1 pillow. You love sleeping with 2 pillows. You call the front desk.
The direct way, "Bring me more pillows."
The soft way, "I'm sorry to bother you, but could I have some extra pillows?"
Notice that we also added "could I have" in the second half. We will talk about that in a moment. But the opener, "I'm sorry to bother you," signals respect. It tells the staff, "I know you are busy and I appreciate your time."
This is huge. Let's try another one. You want a late checkout. You want to stay in your room until 12 instead of 11. This is a big favor. You are asking for a special rule.
So you walk to the desk, you wait for them to look at you, and you say, "I'm sorry to bother you, but could I be possible to have a late checkout?"
That is very hard to say no to. When someone is that polite to me, I really want to help them.
Me too. It is human nature. So listeners, let's practice this one. You are in your room. You have run out of shampoo. You need to call housekeeping. You want to ask for more shampoo. Start with, "I'm sorry to bother you." Go ahead.
I'm sorry to bother you, but could I get some more shampoo? Excellent.
Now, Mark, we have these 3 openers, but a complaint has 2 parts, the opener and the solution. We can't just say, "I'm afraid the TV is broken," and then stand there silently. We need to tell them what we want them to do.
Right, and this is where the call to action comes in. In the angry video examples you might see online, people demand things. "Fix it now," or "give me a new room." These are imperatives. We want to avoid imperatives.
We want to turn demands into questions. The 2 magic verbs here are "could you" and "would it be possible to."
Let's combine them with our softeners. This is the complaint sandwich we often talk about. Softener, problem, solution. Sarah, let's build a full complaint. The problem is the neighbors are having a party and it is very noisy.
Okay, step 1, softener. "I'm afraid that." Step 2, problem. "The room next door is really loud." Step 3, solution. "Could you please ask them to be quiet?"
Put it all together.
"I'm afraid the room next door is really loud. Could you please ask them to be quiet?"
That is perfect. It is firm, it is clear, but it is polite. Let's try a harder one. Let's go back to the broken air conditioning. It is hot in the room. You want someone to come and repair it.
Okay, listeners, I want you to try to build this sandwich in your head. Softener, "I'm afraid that." Problem, "The AC is not working." Solution, "Could you send someone to check it?"
Try to say that whole paragraph out loud right now. "I'm afraid the AC is not working. Could you send someone to check it?"
If you said that, you are speaking English at a B1 or B2 level of politeness. That is much better than just knowing vocabulary. That is social fluency.
And what about the bill mistake? Let's combine "there seems to be" with a solution.
Okay, the bill has a charge for the spa. You didn't go to the spa.
Softener. There seems to be a mistake on the bill. Solution. Would it be possible to check this charge again?
Would it be possible is a great phrase for money issues. It sounds very hypothetical and gentle. There seems to be a mistake. Would it be possible to check it?
You know, Mark, what I love about these patterns is that they give you time to think. When you start a sentence with, I'm afraid that, your brain has 2 or 3 seconds to find the words for the problem. It stops you from panicking.
That is true. It is like a running start for your sentence. And we have covered a lot today. We have the 3 openers, I'm afraid that, there seems to be, and I'm sorry to bother you. And we have the polite requests, could you, and would it be possible?
I think it is time for a final challenge. We are going to do a role play. Mark, you are the receptionist. I am the guest. Listeners, I want you to listen to my tone of voice. I am not going to smile too much because I am unhappy about the problem, but my voice will remain calm. Okay, I am ready. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How can I help you? Hi, I'm sorry to bother you, but I think there is a problem with my shower.
Oh, what seems to be the matter?
Well, I'm afraid there is no hot water coming out. It is completely cold.
I am so sorry to hear that.
That is okay. But would it be possible to send a maintenance person up to have a look? I really need to take a shower before my meeting.
Of course, I will send someone right away.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
And scene. Sarah, that was masterclass. You used sorry to bother you to open, you used I'm afraid to describe the cold water, and you used would it be possible to ask for the repairman.
And notice how you reacted, Mark. You apologized immediately. When I was polite, you wanted to help me. If I had come to the desk screaming, no hot water, this hotel is terrible, you probably would have been slower to help.
Absolutely. People mirror the emotion you give them. If you give calm respect, you get calm service.
So here is your mission for this week. You might not be in a hotel right now. You might be at home or at work, but you can still practice these phrases. I want you to try using I'm afraid for small problems in your house. If you run out of milk, say to yourself, I'm afraid we have run out of milk.
Or if you can't find your keys, say, there seems to be a mistake. I can't find my keys. Get your mouth used to these patterns. The more you say them in safe situations, the easier they will be when you are actually traveling.
And if you want to practice right now, scroll down to the comment section. I want you to write one sentence using a softener. Tell us about a fake problem or a real one. I'm afraid my coffee is cold. There seems to be a mistake in this video.
Please don't say that. But yes, write us a comment. We love reading them and seeing you use the English you are learning.
Thank you so much for listening to Pocket English Podcast today. Remember, English is not just about words and grammar. It is about connection. And being polite is the best way to connect with people, even when things go wrong.
Press play, relax, and let your English grow. We will see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.